channels, whether it's PC, whether it's a laptop, whether it's a mobile, or even kiosk. So they should be able to access the services from anywhere. So these are the typical business demands today. Moving on to my next slide to discuss on how this cloud computing has evolved. So has anyone ever wondered where this cloud computing originated? When did the hype around cloud started? Who are the people responsible for the idea of grid and probably utility computing? It all started in 1960s, wherein the core concept of cloud computing evolved, where IT professionals like John McCarthy, who opined that computation may someday be organized as a public utility. And also we have another professionals like J. Licklider, who is considered to be the person who brought in the idea of cloud computing to the forefront. Okay, so it all started in 60s. During 90s, we have seen the concept of grid was introduced based on the analogy of electricity grid, where consumers could plug into the grid and use a metered utility service, and then they are paid based on the usage of services that they have availed. Grid actually described how computer networks can be made to cooperate and made to execute critical tasks. During the era of 2000s, wherein we have seen software as a service, which was actually a replacement for ASP, that is application service provider, wherein ASP tried to provide an alternative services to on-premise software, wherein each ASP would be responsible for buying and maintaining the client-server software and making it available to customers from data centers owned and operated by the service provider themselves. But however, ASP meltdown occurred because hosted legacy applications were actually something like a fish out of water. These old client-server applications were not built to be delivered via internet, but still had all the same maintenance costs associated with the traditional deployment of legacy applications. This is where SaaS applications SaaS option came into existence, wherein SaaS-based applications were built on web-based technologies and services that are highly configurable and, most importantly, always current and updated. In 2007, we have seen a lot of interest in cloud computing have picked up, and it has gained and started gaining popularity. Companies like IBM, which released one white paper which talked about efficiency and innovation that can be achieved through cloud computing. Cloud computing was even mentioned first time in Gartner's hype cycle for emerging technologies. And this year actually saw cloud computing as one of the fastest moving emerging technologies, and it has really got a potential future in the years to come. So this evaluation can ideally be classified into three phases. The idea phase, which started in 1960s and stretched to the pre-internet bubble era, the core idea of computing, utility and grid computing. Pre-cloud phase, which started around 1999 and it continued till mid-2000s. In this phase, internet has the mechanism to provide application as a service got developed, and the cloud phase, it started from mid-2000 until date, when we have seen the term cloud computing became popular, and the sub-classifications of infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and then software as a service got formalized.